Here's a really fabulous song. It's in the slightly guitar unfriendly key of F, and what Paul McCartney did when he first recorded and performed this is to tune his guitar down a tone, that is to say the equivalent of 2 frets worth. It's a bit like having capo on -2, if you like. So in fact, although we are in the key of F, we're going to play as if we were in the key of G, which comes out as an F. And to that end, I'm just going to give you the tuning notes. Here's a D, then a G, this is now a C, an F, A, and D at the top. Now, in fact, this guitar is one that I normally keep for playing in dadgad, and it has a set of strings on it that are perfect for dadgad. The guitar tolerates a slacker tuning, so this is the closest I've got as a setup that allows me to tune the guitar down a tone. If I did it with my trusty guitar here that I normally use, it would all start to sound a bit flabby, and I might have trouble tuning it up later, and it would certainly start to go out of tune. But you know, that's a luxury I have. You may not have that. You may decide you just want to play this in the original key. Entirely up to you, but I just thought I'd let you know. And it revolves around a very small set of chords, and in fact the structure is very simple too. We have 2 bars of intro on this chord of G, then we have a slightly odd 7-bar verse that repeats. Then we have a bridge section, which is a kind of repeating 4-bar phrase, and then we have another verse. I'll put the tab up on the screen, and we're going to pick this just as Paul McCartney did, and he's pretty consistent with this, so he plays it almost exactly the same way in each verse. So once we've got the verse and the bridge will be set, the G he plays is like this, with the 3rd and 4th fingers up on the top 2 strings at the 3rd fret, and he picks with his thumb and picks the top 3 strings. So yesterday, that kind of a thing. As you can see, you hold a G chord for 2 bars and then you're into the verse. So the verse is like this. We have our opening bar of G, yesterday. We play an open 6th string here. I guess he did that because he's busy now shifting to F sharp minor, which requires a bar across the 2nd fret for 2 beats, and then B7. And B7's a familiar chord. Strictly speaking, you don't need your 1st finger on the 4th string here, but it's kind of more trouble than it's worth to remember not to bother to put it in. Then we have E minor for a bar. And on the 4th beat, we open the 4th string to step down onto a C. In fact, E minor, you might think you're playing the bottom string, but he's playing the E on the 4th string to take advantage of that movement down. And when we get to the C chord, it's just a C major 7, so I need nothing more than the finger. I'm using my 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. For half a bar before D7, my thumb comes up to the 4th string, and back to G for a bar. And again, we have a little walk down, a step down on that 2nd fret of the bottom string. That's an F sharp, a passing note, and this time on my E minor 7, I am playing the 6th string with my thumb. Going to A. So my picking fingers for the E minor 7 are coming down to the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And then up to the top 3. And we have a single beat of C before we get back to G. Now, this is a little bit high for me, this song, but just to give you advance warning. Here's the intro and the 1st verse though. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday, suddenly. And we're into the 2nd verse, which is exactly the same as the 1st verse. Now the bridge kicks off with the bar of F sharp minor and B7 that we saw in the verse. And then we have 4 chords, but we're just going to play a single beat for each of them. And it's quite clever, but we've got a pair of notes with the bass note going down and the top notes going up. Yeah, I reckon he got this from Bach's Bourrée, because I know he learnt this. I don't know how the bass goes, but it's that kind of thing, and I've seen him do it, so I reckon that's the inspiration for this. And then we get A minor 6, which is essentially D7, but with an A in the bass. And then we move that thumb up to the 4th string, so the left hand fingers don't move, and then we got to our G. So, why she had to go, I don't know, she wouldn't say. And again, I said something wrong, now I long for yesterday. Love is such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. And the outro is a 2-bar figure that does this. We have G, but just on the top 3 strings. And then we go to an A over G, or A7 over G, perhaps we'll call that, where I'm just moving the finger that's on the 2nd string down a fret. And that moves down another fret to what we're calling a C, and then back on to the 3rd fret. And he picks it something like this. But on the final chord, he hammers on from the 1st fret on the 2nd string. Okay, from the top. 2-bar intro, 1st verse, bridge, final verse, and outro. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why she had to go, I don't know, she wouldn't say. I said something wrong, now I long for yesterday. Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. And that's it. Sorry, Paul.